Hey guys, happy Friday. Yay, it's Friday. She's back. So is the blonde, because everyone was yelling at me go back to blonde. So the blonde is back. So many things to discuss tonight. First, let me just say I'm going to do this in order. I've redone this video probably 30 times already because I keep forgetting stuff. And of course, I don't know how to edit well, but I'm trying really hard to get more light in here because we all know that the lighting in my room sucks. So I put on the hall light, I had rearranged my room, and I still don't think I'm getting good light. So my apologies. I will try to make a video during the day. And last month, exactly last month, tomorrow, my little furry Murray, the white dog, he passed away. He's at the Rainbow Bridge. I really took it hard. I couldn't believe that he died. It was so sudden. He was hemorrhaging and it was horrible. My poor baby just, it was horrible. So I was pretty distraught for a couple of days. I'm still distraught. I have like shrines everywhere of him. There's my Ode to Murray shrine, and it's been a rough road. Also, today marks the 10th day that I have not had a cigarette. I know, shocking. I don't need to reveal how old I am, although I've said it in other videos. But it's been, I started smoking when I was 12. I didn't quit when I was fucking pregnant. The only time I did quit was when Hurricane Katrina happened and everything in South Florida was closed and I couldn't get a fucking cigarette. So yeah, then I had to quit. But that was like 2 days. And as soon as I went back smoke, as soon as it was over and I could buy cigarettes, I went back smoking. So that's really what's been going on, and I do have to give credit where credit's deserved. I can't forget. But the reason I quit smoking was not by my own fruition. I met somebody who basically swept me off my feet, and it was my way to say fuck you, because he gave me this whole stupid like guilt trip about smoking, and I was like, you know what, fuck you. I could quit. I don't want a cigarette. And that fuck you has gone on 10 days already, so I'm proud to say that I'm smoke free for 10 days. I do vape, but that's not the same. And I really don't even want a cigarette. And I think it's just this big fuck you. So I do have to give a special shout out to the man who has my heart, who made me quit smoking. A big shout out to Angelo Torres. Thank you so much for coming into my life. And moving on now, I also want to give a special shout out to my partner in crime, Mr. Mike Fernandez, who I work with, and he is literally my partner in crime. And he is brand new to Making a Murderer, and so is Dave from the UK, who wrote me a letter telling me keep making videos. So you guys may not understand what I'm talking about tonight when I get into what I'm really here to discuss 3 minutes into the video. But you guys know I like to ramble. Anyway, and I saw something tonight that if you're a continued MAM fan, you're going to know what I'm talking about. If you're not, I highly recommend checking out his stuff. So Daniel Luke has been on the circuit pretty much as long as I have. I think he may have come a little before me or vice versa. I'm not sure he does videos, but he writes like David K. Sale does. And I've kept up with his stuff for the last year. But yeah, it's been a year. And I like the way he writes, and I like a lot of his stuff. And where David K. Sale has focused more on Griesbach, he focuses more on Kratz. And I was reading an article, his article that he read today, that he wrote yesterday. And I'll post a link to it below. But out of everything that I read, this one hit me the most. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have followed this case even more intently than I have. And I know some of you correct me when I'm wrong, and I have no problem with it. And here's another case that correct me if I'm wrong, because if I am, so be it. But I distinctly remember, and again, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I distinctly remember Auto Trader saying that Teresa got a printout every morning after she called in, or Teresa got a printout of her day's appointments that morning, or Teresa would call in and then they would let her know her appointments for that day. I don't remember, and honestly, I really don't feel like looking through every single castle to find out, but I really don't remember anywhere at any time saying that they would schedule her appointments days ahead. And not that they wouldn't schedule them, they would schedule them days ahead, but that she would know that morning they would send her a printout. The reason why this is so important, and if I'm wrong and she didn't need to call in every day or they, you know, knew where to send it to, however it is, but Daniel Luke caught something. I don't know if he caught it, but he highlighted it, so I'm assuming he caught it. That I have never seen before. It didn't coincide with anything that I remember. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's something that I'm missing. But check this out. And again, I'm going to post a link to the bottom of it on the description box. You're going to see the the entire article. It's from overthrow.us. Oh, I look like a ghost. Overthrow.us. And the title of it is Kratz Goes on a Worldwide Media Lying Blitz. Now, we all know Kratz is a fucking liar. But the one thing, there's a couple things, but the one thing that stuck out at me the most was it says Teresa, he's saying it's chapter 3 of The Victim, where they were talking about Teresa. Says Teresa did have other Auto Trader shoots scheduled several days later that week. Teresa's contacted Auto Trader Angela indicated there were 2 appointments set up for Teresa on 11/3, and Teresa did not show up for either one of those appointments. Here's what I don't understand, and that is from CASO, page 15. And if you don't know what CASO is, it's Calumet County Sheriff's Office. What bothers me about that statement, I distinctly remember, again, I might be wrong, but I distinctly remember somebody reporting that she got a printout every day of her appointments. Who did they send that printout to that she knew of appointments on 11/3? They say her phone was dead on October 31st. Nobody was able to get a hold of her. They said that November 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, nobody was able to get a hold of her. Her phone was dead. So you're going to tell me that Auto Trader never tried to contact her between the 31st, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd? She had no appointments on the 1st, 2nd? And I thought about that, and that stuck out at me like a sore thumb. Why wouldn't they contact her? Why were there no appointments on the 1st or 2nd? What I'm getting to, it kind of makes me believe that she had been seen on the 1st or the 2nd. It kind of makes me believe that the 3rd, she may have already been disappeared. But I started thinking maybe she had contact with somebody on the 1st or 2nd, because I can't possibly imagine for the life of me that they're not going to try to contact her. And are you going to make an appointment? Who am I sending this to? Are you sending these appointments to her computer? And if so, why aren't they listed on the computer? Did you not try to contact her? It doesn't make sense. If you think about what I'm saying, it doesn't add up. So when Daniel Luke wrote that, I'm not sure if he was writing it as a way for Kratz to talk about it, defend it, because what follows is what Kratz writes in the book about the victim. And what he's writing about it is that Dawn clarified that the call was difficult to make out, and therefore she only wrote down what she was able to get beyond it. Dawn also said there was nothing unusual about the call. During the call, Avery was reported taking steps to conceal himself. I mean, stupid shit. He provides Barb's street address. And all this stuff they have to get to Teresa, and they give it to Teresa. So her appointments on the 3rd that supposedly existed, how did that happen? So that was my thought on that. It just doesn't add up. Besides other shit Kratz said doesn't add up. I heard the book is lame as fuck. I heard it tells nothing except one really, really interesting fact. We all know Kratz is a narcissist. He's a proven narcissist. This is not like a wild guess. This is not me assuming he's a narcissist. He is a narcissist. He was diagnosed by the legal board of Wisconsin, their shrink or whatever. He is a narcissist. One thing I know about narcissists, they don't want to admit that they lie. So somewhere, somehow, they will make sure that the truth comes out in their story. That because they can't technically admit to themselves that they're lying, cheating pieces of shit. But what Kratz did in the book was Kratz gave like hypothetical situation, blowing it out of proportion of how Lincoln Colburn were these ones at fault, and he made it out like he was elaborating this fake story that the Facebook and all of us and everybody put out there. But in my opinion, that was the truth. I have had enough experience with a fucking complete psycho, crazy psychopath who's just like Kratz. And because of that, I'm telling you, that is the truth. Him blowing up this hypothetical story tells me that is clear-cut sign of Kratz clearing his own conscience. Because it doesn't matter how it's said, as long as his conscience is clear, then it's golden. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. And I could elaborate more on Kratz, but this video is already gone like 13 minutes, and I need to get to bed because I got to be up at like 3:30 in the morning. So I'm going to cut this short. No, it's not really short, but I am going to look further into it. I have to do another video about Brendan's court trial. Don't think I forgot it because I didn't. But like I said, when I was reading Daniel Luke's article, that popped out at me because I was like, wow, that's fucked up. So that's where we're at. If anybody has read Kratz's book, let me know. But Daniel said it's lame as fuck, that it reveals nothing. Again, I honestly think that it reveals Kratz's own guilt coming out. So just my opinion. But my opinion's usually right if you followed me for the last year. And that's all I got for you. So, guys, have a wonderful night. I promise I will make another video next week. I will try to get back into weekly routines of making videos. So I really hope you guys have not forgotten me or forgotten making a murderer. But I do make you one promise. I will never regurgitate the same shit that me and Casey have done for the last year. And that's what I see in video choices now. So that was the other reason I decided to make a video. So have a great night. Peace out.